My name is Mark, my peoples, where you at? I have a new favorite YouTube channel. It is called Spencer Smith. I just found this guy the other day. He is absolutely bananas. He appears to be a preacher of some kind. He has a couple of really fun documentaries called Third Adam, which we will review one of these days. Spencer Smith here is very, very, very fundamentalist. And he seems to be one of those Christians that really has lots of fun pointing out the flaws of other Christians and why their particular denomination is ridiculous and they're all going to go to hell. That seems to be his thing. So normally I don't really care when it comes to stuff like this. It's like, all right, you can believe whatever you want. I don't really care very much. Like, if you want to do this, you want to do that, you can do whatever you want when it comes to your religion. But this particular video I thought was something worth sharing. This one is called "This is How God Judges Wicked Nations," and I think you're all going to like this. Let's go ahead and listen to the man Spencer Smith and see what he has to say.
Oh, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC as they call her, has kind of always been a fascinating person to me just because of how radical she is and how seemingly popular she is. And I believe that people like her are a symptom of the judgment of God upon a nation. And I'm going to prove that to you biblically. And we'll do that in today's video. Don't go away.
So he's going to prove to us how AOC is being inflicted upon us by God in order to judge our nation, right? I guess. Okay. That sounds very interesting.
Last night at the Democratic National Convention, and I want you just to listen to what this woman is saying. It's like she's unhinged, man, and it's really wild. Just check this out with me for just a moment as we watch this together.
And I, for one, am tired of hearing about how a two-bit union buster thinks of himself as more of a patriot than the woman who fights every single day to lift working people out from under the boots of greed, trampling on our...
I noticed that he's mocking her. He's making fun of her voice. He is making fun of her mannerisms there. Okay. I wonder if he will actually comment about the substance of what she's talking about. She, of course, is talking about unions and how unions are important and how Donald Trump is a union buster because he is. So let's see if he actually will comment on that.
And I...
Do you know how, look at those eyes. Look at the face of things that she's saying. Like, this thing is unhinged. And, right at the very end here, I mean, that's not a woman you want to leave your children with. Oh, my goodness. I mean, this woman, she scares me. But here's the thing about it that scares me. Not just that she's crazy, not that she exists, not that she got elected, but that she could actually be your president.
Okay. Spencer, do you want to tell us why she scares you? I mean, so far, all you've told us is just look at her. Well, okay, looking at her. I mean, here's the thing. Anytime you do a still from a video, you can grab a still that makes somebody look bad. And it could be the most beautiful person on earth. You could have like a supermodel right there. You could grab a still from a video where her eyes are looking in the weird direction or something like that, and it makes her look freakish. I like how he's saying, oh, just look at her. Like I'm supposed to be able to peer into somebody's soul just by looking through a video on fucking Twitter. That's one thing. Secondly, why does she scare you? What is it about what she said that scares you? That's what I'm interested in. That's what I would like to hear. And he didn't say that, did he? Let's see if he will.
Someday. You do realize that this Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez very easily could become the president of the United States.
That would be awesome.
And that should frighten you. I mean, real bad. I want to read this version. We did a whole live stream.
Why? Why should it frighten me? I mean, she stands for some pretty cool things. She's pro-union. I'm good for that. She's very pro-environment. I'm good for that. She's against war. She wants things like universal health care, a UBI, stuff like that. These are all great things. So what exactly should I be afraid of? Why would it be bad if she were president? I mean, I think it would be great to have all of this stuff, right? I think we should stop spending so much money on guns and bombs, start spending some money on people. Why is that such a bad thing? He hasn't given his reason why that he's afraid yet. So let's see what his reason is.
On this last night, Isaiah chapter 3, about the symptoms of the judgment of God upon a nation. And in verse number 12 of Isaiah 3 is a powerful chapter, and we did a whole live stream on it on our channel last night. You ought to go check it out. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up here for you. It's called Communism, and so if you want to check that out right there, communism, go watch that. That thing is wow. We really dissected this whole chapter together. But the Bible says here in verse number 12, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which cause thee. Which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. One of the signs of the judgment of God upon a nation is that God gives them women leadership. He does. And now that may sound, in the modern context of politics, that may sound
So if you have a woman leader, like if you elect a woman president or a female prime minister or something like that, that was really God who was instigating this behind the scenes because he wants to punish your nation. That's what he's saying. That's why he's afraid of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Not because of anything she said, not because of any policy she said, not because she's going to take away all of your guns and throw you in a concentration camp, not because she's going to forcibly sterilize all males at birth or some shit like that. Not because she's going to like force your kids to get their dicks chopped off in grade school or whatever. You know, no, nothing like that, because the Bible says if you have a woman as your leader, then that means God is punishing you. Did I misunderstand that? That seems a little wacky to me. Let's see what his reasoning is for this.
Sexist or some sort of demeaning-ism of some kind, but that's just biblical truth. What happens is the only reason that children are oppressing the people and women rule is because God has taken away these things from the nation, taken away the mighty men, the man of war, the judges and prophets, the prudent and the ancient. And there's no honorable men, there's no counselors, there's no cunning artificers, eloquent orators. I mean, God, because people reject biblical truth, what happens is the first thing to go is the mighty man in society.
The mighty man. So if we reject the Bible, like, what the fuck is a mighty man? Number one, what, like alpha males? Is that what you're talking about? Like, what, superheroes? Like fucking Batman and Superman? Is that what you mean? The mighty man disappear? Is that, like, what the fuck even is this? I mean, you can look at the passage there from Isaiah 3:2 there. Mighty man, the man of war, the judge, the prophet, the prudent, and the ancient. I mean, have we done that in the United States? Have we gotten rid of the men of war? No, we haven't. We've done the exact opposite of that. I mean, we spend more on the military in this country than every other country in the world combined by far. Average of what was the last year? $800 billion on the military. Are we currently in a war in the United States? No, we're not actually currently in a war right now. We're not. We're not dropping bombs on anybody. We're not occupying anybody. Why are we spending that much goddamn money on the military if there's not even a war? Because there could be a war, I guess, conceivably. So is it suddenly, if, like, say, Kamala Harris becomes the president, suddenly the entire military disappears? Like, what, God takes away the men of war? Is that what's going to fucking happen? I mean, honestly, if that's what's going to happen, that makes me want to vote for her even more. I mean, am I misunderstanding this? Let's listen a little bit more to what he has to say.
And we have a society now that has completely demonized masculinity, the alpha male, the sigma male. I mean, literally my entire life. I mean, I don't remember an adult figure. I'd have to go way back in my mind to even think of one. An adult male figure in some sort of popular media or TV show or something that was intelligent, that was heroic, that was not, anything short of a buffoon like a Homer Simpson type deal or an Al Bundy. God has taken away the mighty man from America.
Oh my god. Okay. First off, the alpha sigma male thing doesn't exist. It's BS. It's made up incel bullshit. There is no such fucking thing as that. The study that came from was about wolves or whatever, and it's just bullshit. They don't exist in wolf packs. There is no fucking alpha male. So it's based on bullshit science. It entered the popular lexicon as like, you know, the alpha male is like the super tough guy that does what he wants and gets all the chicks, blah, blah, blah. That shit doesn't exist. That's fucking dumb. All right. There is no sigma male. This is like incel shit. That's the first thing. Okay. Secondly, he just said, oh, I can't remember there being a positive male role model in fiction. Essentially, you say that every movie or TV show he sees has the male lead is like a Homer Simpson, Al Bundy kind of type, which is, are you fucking serious? I mean, every fucking superhero movie that comes out has a strong male lead. How many superhero movies have there been with like female leads? Like 2. Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman. That's it. All right. Literally 2. How many Marvel movies have there been? 35. How many of them have been headed by strong male leads? I guess there was a Black Widow movie too. It's just such bullshit. It's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? There's just such an I mean, especially when it comes to like popular culture, there's such an overwhelmingly huge number of like positive male like role models, and not just positive. If you're talking about like action heroes and shit, I mean, literally all of them are big, strong, tough men. You know, like The Rock, right? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger and like The Rock, Stallone and Rambo and fucking Rocky. How many fucking Rambo movies are there? 6, 5. How many Rocky movies are there? Like fucking 87. How many fucking Terminator movies are there? I mean, it's just like, get the fuck out of my face with this bullshit. That's just so fucking stupid. It's just dumb as fuck. And then how the hell does that translate to men of war? So what? You're not real men of war. You're not talking about actual fighting men, soldiers. You're talking about guys on TV, like fictional people. So God's going to take away all the fictional men of war, but leave us with the real men of war? Is that fucking, are you fucking serious? That's the stupidest fucking shit I've ever heard. You know, I don't like picking on religious people. I really don't, but this is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard in my entire life. It's just so stupid. And this guy has like 300,000 subs. It's like he's spouting this bullshit. Is it any fucking wonder that our society is so fucked up when like shit like this is so goddamn prevalent and nobody speaks out against it? We're only halfway through. Let's listen to a little bit more.
And because of that, we're led by a bunch of simps and a bunch of betas, and you know, when I look at this clip of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez,
And I, for one, am tired of hearing about.
okay, first of all, my masculine nature looks at that and says, this woman is annoying.
Wait.
She sounds like cats fighting in an alley. Just like that. That just annoys me how this woman talks.
How a 2-bit union buster thinks of himself as more of a patriot than the woman who fights every.
Oh my god. So you notice that he is not commenting on any of her actual substance. He's not commenting on what she's talking about. She's talking about unions and why unions are important and how Donald Trump is a union buster, because he is. Because unions are important. You're more likely to have a better job when your job is unionized. The job pays more, you'll get more time off, it'll be safer, and it'll have less turnover. It'll be like less just exploitive overall. But he doesn't seem to give a shit about that. He doesn't seem to even care about anything like that at all. He's not even talking about the substance. He's just talking about how she looks, how she sounds. Like, well, she's giving a speech to a huge fucking crowd, so how the fuck is she supposed to sound? All like demure and shit? Quiet and demure and like, you know, no. She's at a fucking rally giving a speech to like thousands of people. I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to be loud and rambunctious and energetic. It's just so fucking dumb, but he's making fun of her for that. He's like, she's annoying. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, if somebody talked like they were giving a speech in their daily life all the time, like if you went to go order your fucking like latte at Starbucks or some shit, and that's how you ordered it, like all loud and rambunctious, yeah, that might be annoying, but that's not how she speaks in her everyday life. It's like, it's so fucking stupid. Like, it really is hard to find commentary from the right that isn't extremely shallow like this. That's what this is. It's like incredibly, extremely shallow. Tell me about the policy. Like, what is it about her policies that you don't like? Okay, yeah, you don't like how she looks. You don't like how she sounds. What about the shit she's saying? How about you tell me about that, right?
Single day!
That grinds on my soul. Like, that is like completely grates against my nature to hear that. I mean, just look at the woman. But there's not enough men in society to say, go home. The man of war, the judge, the prophet, the prudent, the ancient. They're all gone. And so, guys, I mean,
just zero fucking substance. Zero substance. He didn't comment once at all on anything that she was saying. His entire objection is just, she just grates on my soul by the way she looks and the way she sounds. Like, all right, well, what is she saying? Zero commentary on that. You know, probably because he knows that what she's actually saying is popular, because people actually like it when they make money at their jobs. They like it when their jobs are safe. They like it when they can't get laid off for fucking dumb shit reasons. Those are all things that unions do for you. Can't actually fucking talk about that because he doesn't have a fucking answer for that. I mean, really, he doesn't have an answer because this guy's stance is, woman, get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. That's his fucking stance on women.
Have we drifted this far in our country to where this is the face of American politics? I mean, she's got a ton of followers. She got millions of followers on Twitter, so she's very popular. I mean, if Kamala Harris wins the presidency and, doesn't run for a second term, this is what you're up against. A Latino lady who's ready to fight. Scares me to death, but it's a symptom of the...
I like how he had to throw in that Latino part. Like, he can't actually straight up say that that's the reason why he has a problem with her. He has to just sort of allude to it. Like, why should it matter if she's Latino? But secondly, I just love how there was just, like, once again, like, zero fucking actual substance to his entire criticism. Okay, there's still about 2 minutes left here. Maybe he might actually talk about some policy here. So let's continue on a little bit more.
The judgment of God upon a nation. And it's very sad to see that. There's a lot I could say. Just the one thing for our new listeners who probably aren't up to speed on all the things that this channel is about, I want to tell you that a lot of things that we talk about are in the context of our Third Adam series, right. And we want to encourage you to go down and...
That's it. He's not going to do it. He's not going to say what it actually was that he doesn't like. It's just the way she looks. It's like the most empty-headed bullshit ever. And, the thing is, it's like, okay, you don't have to be a policy expert. You don't have to know the ins and outs of everything, especially when that's not your thing. If you're just a preacher, which this guy appears to be just a preacher, he's not a policy wonk. Okay, that's fine. Well, then tell me really something substantive as to why we shouldn't have it. His entire point of this video is that God punishes you when a female leader gets elected to your government. That's his entire thing. And he backed that up with the most flimsy of fucking... I mean, even if you're a Christian and you believe in everything the Bible has to say, the shit that he put there, that's bullshit. There are queens in the Bible. There's like the Queen of Sheba and stuff like that. Queen of Sheba from Ethiopia. Was God punishing Ethiopia because there was a queen there? I mean, it's like the dumbest fucking shit ever. Like, give a reason. Even if your reason is, oh, well, women should stay in the home and they should be having babies and stuff and they should be allowing their man to do it. Yeah, that's a bullshit reason. But at least it's a reason. At least, you can somewhat kind of bullshit yourself into thinking That's a legit thing if you're religious. But it's just like the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just so fucking stupid. Like, God punishes us when we have a female president. So I guess God was punishing the United Kingdom when they had Margaret Thatcher. Is that right? Angela Merkel was there to punish Germany. Did God destroy those countries? I mean, there's still a United Kingdom, there's still a Germany, there's still first world, Western, modern countries with millions of people that have huge economies. If God wanted to punish us, why doesn't he just send another flood? You know, if he wanted to destroy the United States, let's get rid of this fucking moron. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, this guy's channel's a goldmine. We probably will review some more of his videos one of these days. But if God wanted to punish us, why wouldn't he just, I don't know, send some locusts to destroy the United States? Oh, if we vote for Kamala Harris, how come he just doesn't, like, mystically blink everyone in the United States out of existence? Like, why does it always have to be something like a flood or, like, locusts or, like, you know what I mean? Like, some kind of thing, or a plague of frogs or boils or whatever. How come he can't just automatically just teleport us all into the sun? Or how come he can't just, like, change it so that everyone in the United States was never born? How come he can't just do that? Why does it always have to be some weird fucking, like, oh, he's gonna punish us with a woman and the men of fucking war will be gone and all this? It's like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't even make any sense, like, biblically. It doesn't make any sense. That's stupid. Like I said earlier in the stream, right? I generally don't give a fuck when people believe shit that they want to believe. Okay? It's only when it's like your beliefs cross over with laws, with politics, with stuff like that, then it's like, okay, then I feel like I gotta speak up. You know, if you're a woman and you believe personally that women, the place for women are in the home, that's absolutely fine. You can believe whatever the fuck you want. When you start trying to pass a law saying that all women have to stay in the home and that's the law, and all women are, you know, they're not allowed to have jobs, they're not allowed to vote, and all they're good for is just staying home and pumping out babies, that's when we got a fucking problem. And if you're going to sit here and tell people not to vote for somebody because that means God is punishing our nation, yeah, I got a problem with that. That's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard in my entire life. That's stupid as hell. And if you listen to that shit, you're a goddamn moron.
Hello folks, if you like what I do and you want to support the channel, please consider buying something from my Etsy shop, supporting me on Patreon, liking and subscribing, and checking me out across my social media links listed below. Thank you all so much, and see you next time.